Heading out this morning to the Mokohinau Islands. I'm going to throw some soft baits around in the wash and see if we can't pull some nice snapper out. The Mokohinau Islands are a little group of islands about 50 kilometres due east of Mangawai. I've launched out of Wangatiao Harbour, just near Omaha. That's where I stayed overnight. Conditions are beautiful this morning, less than 10 knots. Forecast to stay that way the whole day. The sun's just coming up, so let's get going.
I'm out here today with Tony Orton, Offshore Adventures.
Tony's based in Mangawai and fishes the Mokes and those grounds around there. So I'm out there on a charter with him today. I've never fished this area before, so it's really good to do a charter to get to know an area, which is what I like to do, get to know this area. Tony will put me onto some spots, I'm sure, and we'll get into some nice fish.
I started by casting some soft baits into the shallows of Fennel Island. Using a 1/4 ounce jig head to keep the bait as natural as possible, it didn't take long before I got an inquiry and I was into the first snapper of the day.
Oh. This is a nice one, pulled him out of the wash. Got a nice bit of boogie. Nice early morning snapper.
Fishing in shallow water with light tackle is awesome fun. The fish fight hard and you don't need a huge fish for a good fight. I'd pulled this one out of the shadows and I now had to keep the rod bent and the line tight to keep him out of the weed.
He's in the net. Nice one.
Kirk, you on there?
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, we've got lots of trevally and carwave schools off the point here, eh? So off right on the point might be worth a crack as well, just down where we are.
With the snapper box ticked for now, I headed over to some large schools of fish that were boiling on the surface. And within a couple of casts, I was hooked up.
Carwai are such awesome sport fish, really underrated. On light tackle, they really fight hard. Pound for pound, as good as any other fish. He's a beast. Here he comes. He's a monster. Oh, yeah. Big carwai. Look at that. Look at the size of that. Close to 3 kilos, that carwai.
With the carwai under my belt, I tried jigging for kingfish. Again, the hookup came quickly, and although I didn't want a barracuda, the sharks obviously did. I decided to switch back to soft baits to try for another species.
Here we go. It's got that really fast tail pump. Tail beat, feels like a trevally. Here he comes. A nice trevally, look at that. We'll let him go. The kingfish aren't biting, but there's a lot of sign, particularly on the bottom. So what I've done is I've got out this 80-gram Daiwa Pirate. I'm going to drop that down to the bottom, see what's lurking down there. You never know what's lurking in these depths, and I love fishing these depths because you can catch anything. Here we go, at the bottom. Let's give it a little bit of a lift. What I'm simulating is a wounded baitfish. It's just fluttered down, it's hit the bottom, bit of a puff of dust, and then I just give it a little bit of a lift and then a bit of a wind. And what that's doing, oh yep, there we go, that worked. Oh, it's right on the bottom. Not sure what it is. Bit of weight there. When you're fishing these depths, could be absolutely anything. Could be a big snapper. I'm in 80 metres. There's a heap of sign. I was fishing right on the bottom. Could just be a cooter. Doesn't feel like a kingy. That's what I love about it. Oh, and it's a big snapper. It's a nice snapper. Oh, and that is a beauty. What a beautiful snapper. Look at that. That is a magnificent fish. A beautiful 15-pound snapper. I'm not going to release him because he's come up from 80 metres. His chances of survival are a little bit slim. He was a bit blowing and there's a shark around, so I'm not going to just drop him back over the side to feed a shark. We'll put him on the icy tech. We'll smoke him up when we get home.